Hello and welcome to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today we are playing Speed Demons. It's an update to Golgari Demons using this new demon from Aetherdrift that draws cards at the cost of life. So it's right up my alley. The Speed Demon is a 5-mana 5/5 flample with Start Your Engines, and at the beginning of your end step you draw X cards and lose X life, where X is your speed. Now I don't love losing life, sometimes that does get you in trouble, but a card that offsets that very well is Sheoldred the Apocalypse, so that when you're drawing those cards, instead of losing life, you're actually netting 1 life per card with Sheoldred on the battlefield. The rest of the deck is the always popular Golgari midrange rock strategy. If you've been away from Magic and you love the midrange gaming of like Ravnica, old school Return to Ravnica as well. Also back in Khans of Tarkir was a very mid-rangey format with Siege Rhinos and such. I think that this is the kind of deck that can get you back into Standard. It's very powerful, and it uses a particularly explosive card from Magic history in Llanowar Elves. And in terms of Llanowar Elf decks that are legal in Standard right now, it probably uses the Elves the best, because you can have turn 2 Unholy Annex. This card is absurd. If you haven't played with Unholy Annex, it points you in the direction of demons, because if you control a demon, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life, and you draw a card at the beginning of the end step. If you don't have a demon, you lose 2. But hey, it comes with a demon. The Ritual Chamber is the 5-mana room that makes a 6/6 black demon creature token with flying. So, between the Speed Demon, Archfiend of the Dross, and 2 Soulstone Sanctuaries, as well as the Ritual Chamber rooms on the Annex themselves, we have enough demons to make sure that the opponent is taking damage when it's time to shift gears. Shift gears. It's Aetherdrift, vehicles, Speed Demon. I'm reaching, I know, I'm aware. But the other great thing about the green-black deck is answers to everything. You're not lacking for removal for any permanent in the formats. You have Maelstrom Pulse, Tranquil Frillback, Tear Asunder, Go for the Throat, Anoint with Affliction, Cut Down, probably the best removal spell for best of 1, and a Gix's Command as all kinds of ways to handle all kinds of threats from all over the board. Top that off with excellent mid-range threats that provide value while hitting the opponent, like Mosswood Dreadknight, Sentinel of the Nameless City, and Preacher of the Schism, and you've got the mid-range list of your dreams for this format. Because Standard Best of 1 rewards you more for untapped lands than tapped ones, we've got 3 Restless Cottages instead of 4, and because it rewards you, well, kind of punishes you for colorless lands, it rewards you for more colored sources that are untapped. We have 2 Soulstone Sanctuaries, but don't worry, if we're exploring as much as the Sentinel of the Nameless City often allows, we'll dig our way to the right lands that do the cool things. Now that's the introduction to the deck. Bring it on. It is time for some actual amazing mid-range magic in Best of 1. Let's dive in and let the nonsense begin. Opponent goes first. Llanowar Elves. We always keep Llanowar Elves. Might be a little awkward. And our opponent's going to start with Meticulous Archive. Lots of decks this could be. From Domain Overlords to Oculus Reanimator to Control. If we use the Llanowar Wastes, we can play the Elves, then still play the Cottage next turn and have Cut Down as an option. If we play the Verge and play the Llanowar Elf and they play something we want to cut down, what are the odds they play something we want to cut down? It seems really low. Still, I think the option is worth it. It is dangerous to play Waste this early because we could end up taking a lot of damage over the course of a game when you go turn 1 Llanowar Wastes, and you don't want to do it against red. Against blue-white, I think it's doable. So this is a cut-downable card. I don't think this is what matters, though. This is going to be a deck that wants to reanimate Omniscience, and when it comes back as a 1/1 creature. That's the cut down target. So we don't have any good plays this turn, but we get to make the play we wanted, which was tapped Restless Cottage. A little Surveil. Okay, So we know our opponent has Confounding Riddle. It can counter a spell. We need a clock. If we don't put a clock on our opponent, we're definitely going to lose. Sheoldred, the Apocalypse is 6 a turn sort of, but can be chumped, whereas the demon cannot. So let's go for it. Hopefully they don't just have a way to pile a Omniscience into the graveyard and then reanimate it. If they've got it, they've got it. Because without a clock, like sitting here with cut down is just not a good idea. So we have to hope that they don't have the perfect draw. And there's no Omniscience. In a way, we got away with it. Looming Marsh off the top. So now we do want to hold up cut down for pretty much the rest of the game for when the combo happens. See what happens when we attack with the Archfiend. There are 2 dispersals in the graveyard, so hopefully they don't have one. Nice. Looks like damage, but we are not playing the Speed Demon here. We're playing Sheoldred the Apocalypse. Okay, they dig again. They want an Omniscience in the graveyard and a reanimation effect in hand. At least it's a tough decision. That's a good news piece. That's the good part. If it were easy, we'd probably be dead already. The nightmare scenario is that we cut down the reanimated Omniscience that's a creature, and then what our opponent does is just cast another Omniscience, which then allows them to pop off. They just need invasion, one of the invasions from there, and they win the game. Invasion of Arcavios, I believe it's called. Okay, they're just playing another Archaeologist. That's very good for us. And they get an Abuelo's Awakening, but remember, they put one in the graveyard. So it feels like they already have one of these. They just can't find Omniscience. And now we have a big decision to make. We could kill one of these, and the opponent would take 2. Then we attack, the opponent blocks Sheoldred. They take 2 more, they're down to 8, they take 6. If we power up Cottage, they could die. But then again, we might be victim to the Omniscience if they have a way to get it in the graveyard, but they don't have it in the graveyard now. I think we go for it. You have to be aggressive when playing against these decks. Another land. Okay. Power up. No mercy. We are the aggressor. We must be the aggressor. There's no choice. All right. Looking at in the graveyard. Does exiling any of this matter? I don't think it does. I don't think it does. But I guess I'll hit the, quote, key card. There's your block. They still have to interact here. It's a moment of truth. They need Afara's Dispersal really badly. They have it. Now, if they surveil an Omniscience right here, they could win the game. It's a Jace. They go to 1. They die to Sheoldred. Okay. Maybe they never found an Omniscience in what was basically the top half of their library. That's certainly a fail state for that deck, but we did a good job making sure they got as few turns as possible to find it. Llanowar Elves, Llanowar Elves. Can we get the Llanowar Elves? Llanowar Elves, Llanowar Elves. That worked. Awesome. That didn't even get just one. We got two. Busted. If I draw two more in a row, I'll know that the shuffler is listening to me and it will feel good. Okay, that's a hero. We need to just kill that already. No way. We can get the sentinel down, right? We can try to paste this. We don't have to panic at the sight of a low mouse, do we? I got a deal for you. Play another hero, because Maelstrom Pulse can destroy more heroes. Okay, well, there you go. I don't want to trade. We could trade, I don't wanna, okay? Not what I'm looking to do. You wouldn't want to block here at all, would you? Okay. I think I need to kill this Manifold Mouse. The question is, do we try to map up? Do we play tap land or do we play elf? And I think we want elf. We just want as much mana as we can get early in the game. Real question is, do we block this time? Oh, well, they made that decision easy. They've slammed Forge. And they didn't even attack with it because they know what we're gonna do. Okay, well, we've got the demon, we've got the cottage. Are we playing the demon to draw cards? Against red? I think we have to, though. It's so important, and we can just try to block with it as a 5/5. All right, activate max speed. Get him, and then we're gonna play the cottage this turn. See, we get 2 cards if we play it before combat. Ah! Uh-oh. Lands. Yeah, this demon's jumping in front of anything at this point. It drew 2 cards. We don't want it to kill us. But next turn should be the point where all these maps can lead somewhere. Right now, they're just useless maps. But we're going to turn them into useful maps. Yep, here we go. Here we go. The mouse is double striking. The opponent is moving in. They're going crazy here. Okay. Okay, you stupid mouse. In front of you, in front of you. Get that thing off our board. Another 3 points. We go to 10. Gix's command? It must be my birthday. Llanowar Elves, you've done a great service. You've done a great service, but it's time to die. Omega Giga Sentinel here is gonna take it the rest of the way. Yeah, give me that. Destroy each creature power 2 or less, 2 +1/+1 counters. Oh my goodness. One Sentinel to rule them all. Amazing. You shall not pass. Sorry, all the references popping up today. Do we block? We're at 16, no blocks. The only way they kill this is with if they have like Witch Stalker Frenzy or like Burst Lightning, right? Don't let them have it. Let them hit us. And then next turn we have potential lethal. So, they have the mana up for Burst Lightning, which could hit the cottage. So let's see if we can get this done with maps. You can't get this done with maps. Okay, then. We're going in. We'll drop you to 2. Power up cottage attack, I think, just leaves us without a board presence other than the sentinel itself, which is getting close. I don't know if we'd have to block next turn. It's getting close, though. But if we make another 6/6, we can definitely block. Yeah, they're going face. Yep, they feel the pressure. They know they have 1 turn, and it's got to count. But let's make 6/6. 2 big blockers, so we don't have to worry about this forge at all. Do your worst. Protect life total, and we can't lose. All right. Shock my face. Yeah, what are you gonna do about the sentinel from the nameless city, huh? Where's it from? Can't even name where it's from. You don't know me. Dude, style points only. Good game. We're gonna win by drawing a card. The best way to do it. Exacxies. If we beat mono red, it's a good day. Bring on the Wanderer, the virtuous. The virtuous Liliana Vess, of course. Elves! Dude! You're gonna think I've cheated, that I figured out the shuffler, guys. You can have Llanowar Elves in your opening hand every game if you're just a really, really nice person. That's all it is. Some amount of the time, it works every time. Let's go right to the Annex before they could counter it. Oh my gosh, the power. The power of drawing extra cards this early in the game. Oh my goodness, it feels amazing. So, what does blue-black here do? Are you a control deck? What are you? I do not know much about my opponent. I attack you. There's a chance they have Fairy Mastermind or Flood Pits Drowner, something of that nature. So having up the cut down feels useful. Okay, no Fairy Mastermind. It's one of the better cards against the Annex. Instead, Akiora. Let's let them make their discard decisions. They might be making decisions based on whether or not Kiora is on the field. An example would be if they have a second Kiora, they might discard it. But what is their deck? What blue-black deck right now runs Kiora? Knowing what their objective is goes a long way towards knowing how to beat them. Well, well, well. I think I know what you're here to do. I think you plan to use your graveyard against me. And I've got some bad news for you. Yeah, nice. I bet it is. I bet it is. We will tolerate no reanimator strategies. They must be destroyed. Is this the only thing I had in my deck to save me there? It might be. If I were in their shoes, I'd be tilted out of my mind. Especially since one Restless Cottage couldn't have done it because they had 2 Valgavoths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we can attack with 1 elf. Okay, they are exiling the Frillback out of spite. Its damage was definitely done. Let's go for, now that they used their Anoint with Affliction, we'll see if they still have another one for this Dread Knight. And we'll drop a Shieldred on them. That should get their attention. Yeah, go for the throat of the Shieldred. So they don't have a sweeper, or they wouldn't have done that. Yeah, this is Still a creature reanimator deck at its core. Another Valgavoth, huh? Do you think they still have removal for this cottage? I think we should go for it. I think we should send the cottage. I know what your strategy is, and it's not going to work on me. The Evangel says I'm not getting involved. Drop him to 11. All right. I'll keep bringing out creatures then. They all get value. Even if they died, that would be fine. We haven't had a demon this whole time. We're just losing life to the Annex, and it's fine. Oculus. Oh. Oh, it's a no one left behind deck to reanimate Oculus. That's pretty nasty. Let them make this decision. I'm sure we're going to anoint it with Affliction, but we can take our time. We can draw our card. We can think about this. All right, 2 mana anoint. There's something else we need to blow up. I think we're happy trading other places. I think we map token the Sentinel while we can. Oops, that's food. Well done. I'm glad I thought about this. Okay, more lands. Exile. Double block, sure. Don't know why they won't kill the Kiora. Not that worried about the Evangel. The Kiora can make an 8/8 with the right draw. Go for the throat. Replay Dread Knight. Keep it coming. I'd still have 2 mana for removal if I hadn't eaten food by accident. Another Kiora. About now, what do you do? So it's actually like a mini reanimator deck because they use no one left behind to get Oculus most of the time. But then they also have the Valgavoth angle. Ooh, they want to get aggressive with me? I don't know about that. Fire away. Okay, they do not have an instant. I can almost kill them. It's very close. I think I'm better off making a demon, though. Yeah, just play your creatures. The creatures win the games, too. Yeah, they're powering up the shark. Okay. Got Death Touch. There goes a Zombify. I'll kill that land. Death Touch meeting Death Touch. And nothing. Yep, good game, opponent. I see what you're trying to do. You almost had me. I just kind of lucked out with the one card that could foil them. The beautiful dinosaur Tranquil Throwback. Llanowar Elves. Llanowar Elves. Magic is easy with Llanowar Elves. Uh-oh. Hard mode. We're still on the play with removal. I keep it. Hopefully we're against a red deck. Some kind of a creature deck. Bring them on. Uh-oh. Don't think I'm gonna get what I wanted. Okay, against these decks, be aggressive. Don't be the passive mid-range deck. Get your Mosswood Dread Knight out and swinging. Okay, it's another graveyard deck. Is it the Omniscience deck or is it the Oculus deck? Our hand is much better against the Oculus than the Omniscience. Don't show me an Omniscience, please. Okay. Pulse. I think I'm just gonna pulse this because it's such a good card. We'll see if the opponent... There's no creature in the graveyard yet for them to get back. Don't mill a creature. Oh, it's Omniscience. Oh no. Okay. Well, we can try to kill the creature Omniscience. They've already got one in the graveyard. We don't have the graveyard removal this time. Hard mode. If they have the Omniscience in hand, it might already be over. Here we go. So we have to let that resolve. They get to put one thing on the stack because they get priority now and we don't. This is a 10 mana card, by the way, so Anoint will not hit it. Ah, 0 mana counter spells are the worst. They're gonna go for a Moment of Truth in response. Okay. Come on. Come on, let it die. Let it die, and then I need to top deck a land and exile it with the cottage. That's how this has to go. It has to be an untapped land off the top. I'm asking for a lot. Dude, 0 mana spells. Come on, this is crazy. They got the counter. Oh no. Oh no. Now I'm gonna get roasted because I don't have double black. Oh no. Oh, they didn't play an invasion? And I did draw the land, but oh, it's not good enough. I mean, destroy each creature with 2 power. I think I go for this. Come on, man. Come on, don't do it to me. Partition. It's interesting. Yeah, exiling the Omniscience won't do them any good. They want it in the graveyard. But we got them to 9. And to tap out to do it. If they don't have another awakening right now. They hit the Jace. They hit the invasion. They take the dispersal. It's good against the Dread Knight. And they can target the cottage. Oh man, they can target the cottage, but will they? Okay, if we power up cottage and attack with cottage and they bounce it before the attack, they get to keep this in the graveyard and then we don't have the removal spell for it. What we want them to do is hit the Dread Knight. So what we could also do is power up the Sanctuary and attack with it, but then if they bounce the Sanctuary, we also don't have the mana for this. Oh, that dispersal is nasty, guys. It's nasty, but we need them to go for something here. We need to sucker them into a play they don't want to make. Let's attack. See if they just bounce this. We can't really afford to have the dispersal hit us. They're just going to take this and go to 9. Okay, pass. They didn't block. They might go for dispersal on Archaeologist. If they do that, we can anoint it. Okay, they're going to bounce the Dread Knight. We could exile our Dread Knight to keep them from surveilling too. Is that crazy? Yeah, that's too crazy. I can't do that. We've got a lethal cottage. We just have to make sure it hits. And they just got 2 lands. Okay. And we can, so what we want is go for the throw, and we can pay 4 if they have a confounding conundrum, if they reanimate this here. Okay. Another one of these. They get the awakening. See, this is bad because now they have 2 blockers. But we can power up Sanctuary potentially. Yep, here we go. Kill it. Refute. No! Oh no, they have a hard counterspell in here. When did this deck get those? Oh, tell me they didn't draw Invasion. Right now they have not drawn Invasion. Oh my god. All right. Let's power this up. Cottage. They have 2 blockers. Dang it. So good. So good. Attacking with the cottage doesn't do it, but whatever their last card is, it doesn't win them the game here. So we could just attack with both force, block. Is that good enough? I don't think so. I think the right play is to try to draw something that ends this reign of tyranny of omniscience, and we failed. Remember, Affliction can't hit this. Its mana value is 10. Mana value too high. All right, hold on. Sus. Very sus. That's why. 2 cards, that's why. I'd have attacked with the Omniscience. Okay. That's a Surveil. Digging. Passing. Still not drawing the answer we need. And they're at 4. In theory, we have it on the attack. So what is in their hand? It's not another dispersal. I think we would have seen it. 1, 2, 3 of them. That's a lot of them. Another card draw. I think we would have seen it. All right, we're going for it. We can't mess around here. Everybody's going to battle. Get that refute out of here. It makes me sad. And that's it. They didn't have the answers. Oh my goodness. It's not every day an Omniscience sits on the board and you get away with it. We are very lucky today. I'm on a roll.